Hey everyone, welcome back to my kitchen. My name is Mindy Banks. I'm the Flip Flop Chef, and today I want to talk about game day recipes. So football season is underway, and if you know me at all, you know I'm not a huge football fan, but my husband is a huge Georgia Bulldogs fan. So I'm representing for him today, and I'm sharing all the great recipes with you so that you can be ready for your tailgate. If you're hosting a party at your house, these recipes are great for both. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to show you how to make peach sangria, potato salad, pesto tortellini salad, and some delicious ham and cheese sliders. I'm going to show you lots of products. I've done a lot of prep work ahead of the time, so this should go relatively quickly. As you're joining, I would love for you to leave a comment. Let me know where you're watching from, if you're watching live or if you're catching the replay. And also, be sure to like and share this video. And if you're not part of my recipe community, you can find it at theflipflopchef.com. So let's go ahead and get started. The first recipe we're gonna make is ham and Swiss sliders. I've already preheated my oven to 350 degrees. I've got all of our ingredients here. So let's go ahead and get this ready to go. We're gonna start off with a package of Hawaiian rolls. So you can use any brand that you like. Even if you don't want to use the Hawaiian rolls, you can use just some kind of dinner roll. It doesn't even have to be the Hawaiian rolls. So the first thing that I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna peel the sides down off of the cardboard here, and then I'm gonna take a bread knife and I'm just gonna cut all of these sandwiches in half at one time. This makes it easier for making this recipe, and it also makes it easier when you are serving them, because then you can just cut them or tear them apart rather than cutting each individual sandwich before you make them. So we've got our two pieces. I'm gonna set this aside. We're gonna get our butter mixture mixed together. We're gonna brush this on top. And for this, what we're gonna do is we're gonna add, I've got 1 stick of butter. I've already melted this here for you guys. Take our little cleaning tool out of the garlic press. We're gonna take 1 clove of garlic, put it in the garlic press this through, and then we'll scrape off any excess garlic right here. I'm actually going to use the garlic press again for another recipe, so I'll just set it aside. To get that peel out, oops, I'm having trouble lining this up for some reason. There we go. You just poke the cleaning tool into those little holes and you'll be able to get that garlic peel right out. So I'm going to move this over here. We're going to use that in another recipe. I'm also going to add in some Italian seasoning. I'm going to do a half a tablespoon or a teaspoon and a half, however way you want to measure it. I'm using Pampered Chef's Italian seasoning. It's the best Italian seasoning in my opinion. I'm also going to add some Dijon mustard, and I have these little packets because I don't use Dijon a lot. And so rather than taking up space in my fridge, I just keep these little shelf-stable packets in the pantry. It makes it easier for me. Whoops. We're gonna add some Dijon mustard. Wash my hands up a little bit. And then I'm gonna add some Worcestershire sauce. So I've already got that measured out. Pour all of this together. I'm using my petite measuring cup for that. Use my little mini whipper. Whisk all of this together. This smells so good. I'll set this aside. And then what we'll do next is we're gonna spray our pan. I'm using one of our modular sheet pans here, so this is the larger of the set of 3. I'm gonna spray this pan with just a little bit of oil. This is in my kitchen spritzer. You wanna make sure you don't fill it too full, so you stop at that fill line. I'm gonna pump the pressure into the bottle, and when it feels nice and tight, then I'll be ready to spray. And you can see this sprays just like an aerosol can. The reason you wanna use just an oil in a pump like this versus buying a spray at the grocery store is the can sprays that you buy at the store have a preservative in them, and it actually will create a sticky buildup on your cookware. No matter what brand cookware you're using, whether it's Pampered Chef or another brand, those sprays will ruin your cookware and your bakeware. When you're done using the kitchen spritzer, this is really important. Burp the bottle, okay? Let the air out, put your cap back on, and we're gonna place our bread. I'm gonna take this whole piece and then I will remove the top. We're gonna add our ham and our cheese. So I'm using Swiss cheese for this, but you could use cheddar or Colby Jack, whatever you want. We're gonna just place these cheese slices here. And then I like to store lunch meat in our leak-proof storage containers. The benefit of this is that I don't have a bunch of packages that are gonna get left open, and these just go right on the shelf in the refrigerator. And I like using square and rectangle containers in the fridge because they take up less space than round and oval containers. All right, so the next thing I'm gonna do, because if you guys keep up with me at all, one of my favorite things to eat is cheese. I'm gonna go ahead and add another layer of cheese. We have almost enough for that. And we'll put the top of the bread back on, just like this. Yum. This looks so good. And then we've got this delicious mixture that we prepared already. I'm just gonna pour some of this on the top, and it can get in those little nooks and crannies. And I'm gonna just brush this around. Get a lot of this on there. This is gonna soak in, and anything on the bottom that drips down is totally fine. Get all this goodness on here. You know this is gonna taste good with all this butter, right? All right, a little bit more. We'll just spread this out nicely. And then we're gonna cover this with foil. And I'm gonna bake this for about 15 minutes. Let me cheat and look at my recipe. Yeah, so we're gonna bake this about 15 minutes with the foil on. And then I'll take the foil off and bake it for another 3 to 4 minutes. So let me pop this in the oven, and then I'll come back and we're gonna make peach sangria next. So hang tight. We pop this in the oven. All right, and I'm gonna use Pampered Chef's timer here. This is a new timer. It has 4 different timers on there. I'm gonna put this on 15 minutes, press go, and our timer is counting down. That's an important step so you don't forget your food, right? All right, let's make our peach sangria. So we're gonna use our quick stir pitcher. This is the 2-quart. I think this is gonna be big enough for our recipe. I'm gonna take the lid off here. My hands are slippery, I didn't dry them enough. There we go. So we're gonna take the lid off, and you'll see that we have a plunger built right in to the lid so that you can plunge the mixture once you have it all in there. This is a super easy recipe. We're gonna set the peaches aside. We'll add those after we put the lid back in. But we're gonna start out with 3/4 cup of peach vodka. So measure that in here. And this is the New Amsterdam peach vodka is what I use, but you could use whatever brand that you like. And then it calls for a 1/3 cup of lemonade concentrate that you've thawed out. And I had some leftover pink lemonade, so we're just gonna use that. It'll add a nice little color to this. I'm gonna add a 1/3 cup of sugar. So this is just white sugar. And I'm gonna give this a little plunge. So let me mix this together first so that that sugar doesn't settle down to the bottom. Then we're gonna just open this up again, but I'm not gonna take the lid off. I'm gonna put 2 cups of frozen peaches inside on top of the plunger. So you guys see what I'm doing here? So it's on top of the plunger. We're gonna add the wine on top of this. So we're gonna use white Zinfandel. You could use a white wine too if you prefer. I'm gonna show you our wine opener in case you have not seen it before. It comes with a little stand. It also comes with a charger so that you can plug this into the wall in your kitchen and easily charge this. So when it's charging, it does light up blue, and when you're using it, it also lights up blue. This is a foil cutter also. You're gonna put this on the top, twist all the way around like this, and there's the foil right off the top. To open your wine bottle, put the wine opener on the top of the bottle and press the down button, and it's gonna go down into the cork. Pull the cork straight out, Because this is clear, you can see what's happening while you are using it. To get the cork back, you just press the up button and it's going to give you that cork right back. And if you don't know this little tip, if you take a wine cork that is right out of a wine bottle, you can put this in like your fruit tray or your fruit stand, fruit bowl, whatever you have your fruit in the kitchen, and it'll actually help keep fruit flies away. So that's just a little bonus tip there. We're gonna pour in the white Zinfandel. And then we'll just plunge this a little bit. So these are frozen peaches. You could use fresh peaches if you prefer. There we go. Put this lid back on and just give this a couple of little plunges to mix all of that in. And we have a great sangria. Now, if you were taking this to a tailgate, then you would want to transfer this over. You could even pour it back into the wine bottle and re-cork it. Take your wine opener with you in case you need it. You may need a little bit larger container. So if you save your wine bottles or if you have some other drink containers that you could use to transport it, that's just a little extra idea. So we got our pink sangria. So the next thing I want to show you guys is how to make potato salad. And we're going to do this a little bit different than you're probably used to. Let me get all of our stuff in front of me here. So we are going to use, this is a Pampered Chef recipe, but I'm tweaking it just a little bit today, and we're gonna use canned potatoes. So if you've never used canned potatoes for your potato salad, we're gonna do that today. And if you have, I would love to hear what you think. So we're gonna use 3 cans of whole potatoes. These I got from Aldi. If you guys follow me at all, then you know that I shop mostly at Aldi. And actually, I found out this idea through some other Aldi fans. So we're gonna use our can opener to open this. I've got 2 cans that I already opened and drained. I'm going to toss those in there, set this aside, and then I'll show you guys our can opener. So start at the front of your can, and there's a front on both sides here, but this at least you'll know when you've gone all the way around. Twist all the way around until you bypass your starting point. And then you're gonna turn counterclockwise, okay? So you're gonna turn the handle this way, and then it pops the can opener off of your can. You're gonna use that little button on one side to pinch the lid off, and there's a smooth edge on the lid and on the can. Now I'm gonna hold this over my sink, so we're just gonna drain these potatoes here, and I'll add them to the bowl that I've already started. So that was our stainless colander, which comes as a set of 3, and that was the small size. So for this, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take our salad choppers, one of my most used products in my kitchen, and I'm gonna chop up these potatoes for the potato salad. You could buy sliced potatoes if you wanted to, and just use them sliced, or you can buy them whole and chop them up. So we'll chop these up. I'll make a little bit of noise for a minute, and then we're gonna throw the rest of these ingredients in. It'll be super quick and easy. Then I'm gonna show you how to make pesto salad, pesto pasta salad, and I forgot, I'm also gonna show you how to make Dr. Pepper brownies. So you definitely wanna stick around to the end. The dessert is the best part, and you can't have a successful tailgate, successful game day party without something sweet. All right. And you can always go back and chop these a little bit more if you feel like you want a little bit more chop. Now, in case I forget to tell you, when you're ready to store this, you can either store it in the refrigerator in this bowl if you're serving this at home rather than taking it to a tailgate. This is a great way to do that. These are our stretch fit covers. They come in a set of 3, and they also fit the same size bowls. So we have a set of glass mixing bowls. This is the medium bowl and the medium lid. If you're taking this to a tailgate, you're gonna wanna put this in one of our pull and serve bowls, which is what I'm gonna do today. So let's go ahead and finish adding in the ingredients. So we're gonna add 2½ teaspoons of salt. I'm gonna put some of that in there. I actually feel like I'm supposed to put some of that somewhere else. Let's see. We're gonna put a little bit of that in there. I feel like I'm having a pampered, not perfect moment. We're also going to add a tablespoon of brown sugar. I'm gonna add some prepared French onion dip, and I made this with our French onion seasoning. So this was super easy to make. I took 1 cup of sour cream in our silicone prep bowl, and I added 1 tablespoon of the French onion dip, super easy, and mix that together. And if you can do that ahead of time, it will give the flavors time to really combine and just intensify. All right, so we're gonna add that. Put a couple of these things away. And then we're gonna chop up some onions and celery using our manual food processor. So the manual food processor has this cool blade in here. You put this lid on the top, release the little lock, and your handle's gonna pop up. If you're right-handed like me, then you're gonna use your right hand on the paddle, left hand on the other side of your manual food processor. If you're left-handed, you're gonna put your right hand here and your left hand is gonna push forward. So I love that we make our products for both right and left hand folks. So I'm gonna take my small Santuco knife here, and I'm just gonna toss the celery in here, and then I'm gonna do about a half of this onion. Cut these into smaller pieces, toss that in there, and we're gonna just pulse to chop this up. All right. And you guys, the reason I knew that I wasn't supposed to use all of that salt, a teaspoon and a half of that salt that's in the recipe is actually for if you are going to be cooking your potatoes. So, or excuse me, a teaspoon of it. So the other teaspoon and a half goes with your potatoes. And I think that's about how much I tossed in there. So give or take, right? All right, we're gonna add all of this in. This is gonna be the quickest potato salad you have ever made before. So mix this up nicely, and then you can store it and serve it in this bowl. If you're having people over to your house, just make sure you keep it refrigerated until you're ready to use it. If you are taking it with you, then you want to transfer it over to one of our cool and serve bowls. And so I'm going to show you two different sizes. We're going to use one for the pesto pasta salad and one for the potato salad. So I'm going to show you two different sizes. So let me grab those. This is the 1 quart, and then we also have the 2.5 quart. So you've got two different sizes that you can use. I'm gonna save the large one for our pesto pasta salad, so I'm gonna put some of the potato salad in this one. It's probably not gonna hold all of it, but you've got your container, and then inside I have my freezer mat, and this is something that I keep in the refrigerator all the time, so that whenever I need them, keep them in the freezer all the time. So whenever I need them, I can just take them out, and whatever food needs to be kept cold is gonna stay cold for 4 to 6 hours, even outside. And I actually could probably get most of this in here. Let's see what we can do. Maybe. All right, look at there. So we're able to get that all in there. All right, if you're making this ahead of time to take with you, then don't put the freezer mat in the bottom until you're ready to actually take this and take it out of the refrigerator. So you can store this in the refrigerator until you're ready to take it with you, and then take the little bowl inside out and then put the mat on the bottom. Okay, that's our picnic potato salad, and I will share all of these recipes in my recipe group, so be sure to go to theflipflopchef.com to find all of these. We've got about 4 more minutes on our ham and Swiss sliders, so we're gonna work on our pesto tortellini salad, and when my timer goes off, what we'll do is we're going to just take the foil off and continue cooking that for just a little bit longer. All right, so what we're gonna do now, let me just rearrange a little bit here, wipe off my cutting board, dropped my towel. I've been doing videos in this kitchen for over a year now, and I still am getting used to this little corner. It's so much different than the kitchen I used before. Oh, I forgot to add pepper. So you guys, I had this out, but I didn't use it. So add pepper to your potato salad. Okay, so for our pasta salad, what we're gonna do is we're gonna mix everything in this mixing bowl right here. And this is part of our kids' cookie baking set. So we'll use the rapid prep mandolin in just a minute, but I've got our tortellini already cooked. I cooked that in the rice cooker, or excuse me, it's gonna take forever to retrain my brain. This is the 3 quart micro cooker plus, but that plus means that you can use this for cooking starchy things like potatoes or pasta salad or rice. And so I use this, I feel like almost every single time I cook dinner, I am using this. So that inner lid is the magic of this product. Now this is still a little bit warm. I cooked it for 8 minutes in the microwave, and drained off the water, and I actually rinsed it with cold water since this is gonna be a cold pasta salad, so you will wanna make sure that you have time for this to refrigerate. So we've got our tortellini. We're gonna add our tomatoes. I've rinsed our 1 cup of tomatoes in our Easy Read measuring colander. I love this product. It measures up to 3 cups of food, and you can measure, rinse, and drain all in the same container. Now, if you have a sink that has the divider in between it, my sink doesn't have that one, you can hook this in between the sinks and it will drain from the container into your sink. So I do miss that feature of my sink. This is our closing cut. It comes as a set with our chef's knife. So we're gonna use the chef's knife. I'm gonna pour our tomatoes in here. Can't quite fit them all, so we'll do this in 2 batches. Now, this is one of my magic tricks, right? So this has got a spring-loaded plate in the bottom, a spring-loaded plate in the top. And what you're gonna do, that tomato doesn't look good. We're going to press this down, and you press in the middle. Don't press just at the front, don't press just at the back, because if you don't press it in the middle, then you're not gonna get an even cut. So press in the middle, make sure your fingers aren't hanging over where you can cut them, and then lift up just enough to get that blade in. And you're gonna slide this back and forth until you come to the other side, and look, every single tomato is cut in half. Beautiful. I'm gonna toss that in here, and we're gonna do these last few tomatoes. Still push in the middle, just to be sure that you get them into a good half there. And just so you know, you can put chicken breasts in here, you can butterfly them or cut them completely in half. You can put a bagel in there, you can cut the bagel in half, and you can cut the half of the bagel in half if you wanted to make bagel thins. So we've got some options here. You can also use it to slice fresh mozzarella if you wanted to. You can use this for, I meant little mozzarella balls. I knew that came out wrong. All right, we're gonna use our Rapid Prep mandolin. This is a new power tool that I absolutely love having in my kitchen. I'm gonna show you how to use this, and I have another video completely dedicated to the Rapid Prep mandolin, but you're gonna see you have these 2 wheels on the back, or dials. So we have slicing or French fry cut. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a slice. I went back and forth on how I wanted to do this. And I think I'm gonna do maybe like 3. And if I don't like that, then I can change it. And that's the beauty of this. We're gonna put our little food tray in here so that it catches all of the zucchini after I chop it. We're gonna put the food pusher in the food holder. Let me go to the oven really quick. Let's see, stop and clear. And I'm gonna set another timer for about 4 minutes. Let me take the foil off of my sandwiches. I'll be right back. All right, so I've got our sandwiches with the foil off. Okay, so what we're gonna do here is, this is 2 pieces. You're going to hook on this piece first, and then this is your food pusher if you need it. I'm just gonna hold the zucchini to start here. You press down on this little piece here. So I'm gonna show you that again because I wasn't all the way on camera. So you push down, twist, and then this pops up, and check this out. You get these beautiful slices of zucchini. And then when this gets too short, you're gonna use your food pusher to finish slicing. All right, this is a dishwasher safe product, so I will put that in the dishwasher when I am done. So I think what I went back and forth, like I said. I was gonna do like the julienne cut, and I think that actually would have looked really nice. So instead of doing these slices, I'm gonna cut them just a little bit. So let me just stack them up a little bit. Few little decks of cards here. And I will just cut them into smaller pieces to go into, I think that the French fry cut would have even been great. So either the julienne cut or the French fry cut would have been great. So the next time I make this, I'm gonna do it that way. All right, couple more. And then I've got our Dr. Pepper brownies to show you guys. Can't wait to show you that. And I love these cutting mats because you can just lift them up and transfer right into the mixing bowl. All right, a few more ingredients that we're gonna add in to this. I've got some mayonnaise and some pesto. So I measured our mayonnaise in our 1/3 cup measure all cup, or 1/3 cup in the 1 cup size measure all. You just pull the plunger down to whatever measurement you need, pack it full of the ingredients that you're measuring, and then you just press it out and scrape it off. And then we've got our pesto, about 1/4 cup of prepared pesto. I'm making a big mess today. And then we're gonna do some garlic and mix this all together. So take our garlic press again, put a clove of garlic in here, press this, scrape this off, and then you just put the little comb in and it releases that skin on the other side, so we can toss that in the trash. And then the garlic press can go in the dishwasher. So I'm gonna mix this up. We've got this delicious tortellini salad. Look at this, you guys. This is gonna be so good. You could eat it right away, even if it's a little bit warm, but I think it would be best to eat this when it has had time to refrigerate. So you can also add pine nuts or walnuts in here if you wanted to. I'm gonna put these in my 2.5 quart cool and serve bowl, and I have the freezer insert already in this one. We've got about 20 seconds left on our sandwiches. So I'll grab those and make room so I can move them out of the way after I show you what they look like. And there is our pasta salad. So we have potato salad, pasta salad. We have clear that off, our ham and cheese sliders. Let me grab those. Press this down here. Yum. Let's see here. All right. Look at these, you guys. I'm just gonna set them aside actually. They smell amazing. I cannot wait to eat those. And if you haven't seen these really cool mini oven mitts, these are so much fun. So we've got our sandwiches. Let's make our brownies. So let me bring all those ingredients over. All right, let's see if I can carry all of this. Let's see, clear. There we go. Let me wash my hands again because I feel like I have too much savory on my hands for making these brownies. All right. So I didn't ask you guys this at the beginning, but which team or teams do you pull for? Do you watch college football? Do you watch pro football? What is your preference? So drop your team in the comments. You guys know I'm cheering for the Georgia Bulldogs here. All right, we're gonna make our Dr. Pepper brownies, and we're gonna actually use our Flex Plus and use the hand mixer portion of that product. So if you haven't seen that yet, you're in for a treat. All right, so let me make some more space here and let you guys see a bigger view. Now, we're gonna cook these in one of our stoneware pieces. I'll show you that in just a second, but we're gonna mix our brownie mix right here in this mixing bowl. We're gonna start off with a box mix because why start from scratch when you have these amazing mixes, right? So take one mix of brownie mix. And you guys know I like to add my enrichables to everything. So we're gonna add some pea protein and some super veggie. Let me grab a measuring spoon. I didn't have one of those out. We're gonna add a tablespoon of super veggie. You cannot taste this. You cannot see it. It just sneaks in some vegetables that your family doesn't know about. And we're gonna also add some protein. I add these to anything that I can. I'm gonna use the beater attachment for our, oh, it helps if I actually grab the handle. Hang on one second. I just thought I had all my pieces. So we're gonna use the beaters, and for the beaters, one of them looks different than the other, so one of them has a little extra piece of metal. Make sure you put that on the right side. It does show you where to put it. Let's go ahead and put the other ingredients in here, and then we'll mix this up. So I've got 2 eggs. I have a 1/2 cup of vegetable oil. We're gonna add a 1/4 cup of Dr. Pepper. Let's see, 1/4 cup of Dr. Pepper. And then we're gonna put a teaspoon of vanilla extract. This is gonna bake, I'll have to cheat. I'm actually gonna have to bake it longer because I'm doing this in a smaller pan because I like thicker brownies. So a lot of times when I make my brownies, I have to adjust the temperature. So we're just gonna say bake according to package directions, unless you're making it in a smaller, deeper pan like I am. Okay, so to put this together, we're going to add our power handle here, and then this is the battery. Pop that on. There's a safety switch right here on the side, so you use that one for the mixer. Just gonna turn this on, start on low, and then I'll increase this gradually. Almost done. We're going to stir in some chocolate chips. All right, I'm going to take my scraper. I'm just going to scrape down the sides of the bowl really quickly. And then I will use the same scraper to mix in our chocolate chips. All right, that looks good. Now, when you're done, you're just going to remove the battery, take the little handle off, and then to remove the beaters, there's a button on the top. You just press this with your thumb and pop those out. We're gonna add in 3/4 cup chocolate chips. Then we're gonna mix this, just sort of fold these in. You could make these in the brownie pan if you like. I prefer to make my brownies in a piece of stoneware like this, because I don't like the edges. So if you like the edges, our brownie pan is perfect for you. But if you like the middle, like me, I'm the middle child too, so the middle's the best part. So sorry to my brother and sister who might be watching. All right, so this is the medium baker in our rectangular baker collection. This is gonna bake, so the directions say 32 minutes at 350, but it's probably gonna take a little bit longer because I'm using this in a smaller pan. Actually, the instructions here are for a 9x9 pan, so it actually may not take too much longer than that. So we've got our Dr. Pepper brownies all ready to go in the oven. I am so excited to try all of these recipes myself. If you have any questions about anything, please let me know. I'm more than happy to answer your questions in the comments. If you don't already follow my recipe community, you can find it at theflipflopchef.com. I have thousands of recipes and a giveaway every single Friday. And also, if you're interested in purchasing any of these, I would love for you to click the Shop Now button, whether you're watching on YouTube or if you're watching on my Facebook channels. So I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you next time.